What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So it's time for the weekly rotation, and you'll notice that aside from the 2 nights that I shaved and have aftershave, that there's no out the shower scents, because I've been doing a lot of testing on an upcoming release that I can't show yet, but a lot of you know what it is because we talk about it in our live streams. I would encourage you to watch my live streams if you haven't. That's where a lot of stuff gets dropped as far as information. But aside from that, got some variety here. Some stuff I've reached for that I've been itching to wear. Something I haven't wore in years. That's quite good. A few newer things to the collection. The usual variety, smelling great. And it's week number 229 in the weekly rotation. So stay tuned. Starting off on Sunday, this is one of the more versatile fragrances to ever come out of the house of Dior. This is Dior Homme Sport 2021, 2022, whatever you'd like to call it. This, in my opinion, is superior to Dior Homme 2020, which is another phenomenal, super versatile, soft wood fragrance from them. And they do have some redundancy because people always ask this one or that one, and I get it. Honestly, this has a little bit more going on, a little bit more complexity. Things like the olibanum resin in here gives it a little bit of this light smoky nuance. You get some, I guess, more intense citrus would be the way I would look at it versus Dior Homme 2020. You have the LME resin, which has been across all 4 versions of Dior Homme Sport. It's just a really good fragrance. It smells great. It's nice and soft and woodsy, versatile, masculine. It doesn't just have to be worn in the warm weather. It's an above average performer without being some beast or, some weak sauce. It's neither of those. It kind of falls somewhere in the middle, leaning towards, being a bit longer lasting. I would say around 7 or 8 hours is what I get from it typically. It's really, really good stuff. Nothing else to say besides that. It's really, really good stuff. If you've never tried it, you really should during the day. Dior Homme Sport 2021. Then when I got out the shower, this is an aftershave that I picked up from my buddy Chad, the channel A Gentleman's Journey. He had grabbed me a little goodie bag, I guess you could say, when he came down to Florida from Canada to visit. And this was actually bought by mistake. He was trying to get the actual spray fragrance, and they ended up sending the aftershave, but it's all good for me. Baldessarini, Cool Forest, nice and bright, fresh, refreshing. Smells really good. Typical fresh blue, aquatic-like citrus fragrance. That's an aftershave splash, basically. I've only used it the one time so far, but skin feels good. It smells good. Put it in the win column. Out the shower, had a good shave with Baldessarini, Cool Force. Moving into Monday is an extremely old school, masculine, aromatic fougere type fragrance. For any of you that have ever tried Dior Sauvage, the Eau de Toilette, this is the opposite of it. If you would rebalance it, instead of being a citrus aromatic that's citrus dominant with some spicy greens, this is the Extreme, Eau Sauvage Extreme. It's loaded with spicy greens, and the citrus takes a little bit of a back seat. This is a denser, more extreme take. It's appropriately named. On the fragrance, great performance. This one falls into the 8 to 9 hour range in longevity easily for me, with about 2 hours of really good projection. It's good stuff. Really, really good stuff. Classic, masculine, timeless, in my opinion. Younger fellas probably won't like this. Has a bit of a mature vibe. This is mainly going to be for, if I was to pick an age for the crowd, I would say probably 30-year-olds or older will be able to appreciate something like this. This is an old school smell. It really is. I get it. But if you like spicy green fougères, you're bound to like this one. This one always hovers a little bit above the $100 price point from discounters, even when they come in tester boxes, which this one came in a white tester box. I've had it for years. I did a full review on this. Before lockdown in 2020. It's been over 4 years since I did the full review on this fragrance, and I haven't wore it since maybe early 2022, late 2021. It's been that long, so it was really nice to revisit it. The reason I even came across and was like, ooh, I need to wear that was, reshuffling, reorganizing since I bought some more shelving and got the standing desk that we have here. Was pulling caps and sniffing fragrances, and lo and behold, the next day I decided to go with this during the day. Eau Sauvage Extreme from Dior. Moving into Tuesday. Now, if you like high-level versatility, you want citrus, you want spice and woods, and you don't mind some distinctive, kind of scratchy, rough orange blossom, kind of in the vein of a Nico sculpture and a Montal wood and spices with more citrus. Dumont Nitro Pour Homme or Nitro Brown, depends on how you look at it. I just put out a full review on this one. Another one, beastly performer. All of these, man, seem to be beast performers. This is some really good stuff. If you like that style, that family of scent profile, the Nico sculpture, Montal wood and spices type of family, even kind of Parfums de Marly Altaire a little bit. Obviously, it doesn't have the level of vanilla and stuff that fragrance has. They all have differences from one another, including this one. This one's much more citrus than all of the other ones. Got very juicy citrus, almost sweet-like citrus, if you will. This is some really good stuff. I would encourage checking it out. Every fragrance I've tried in this line is really good. Some better than others, but this is super versatile. During the day, Nitro Pour Homme. Moving into Wednesday, if you don't like high levels of synthetics, you won't like this, but man, I'm a fan. It is strong off of my skin, too. This is from JusBox. This is Cheeky Smile. So this is loaded with things like Ambroxan, Isoi Super, Ambroside, Amber Extreme, just all these synthetics. It's very much a blend of molecules. It's like a highlight reel of the molecule fragrances in many ways. Has a little bit of that Baccarat Rouge 540 sugary sweetness, just a little bit. Very ambery, super woodsy, fresh and bright, clean and musky. There's even a touch of spice here. This is actually really good. I could see this being a really good base layering fragrance for people because it's just loaded with molecules. But I really like it as a standalone. I really like this fragrance. It very much kind of falls into, it's like an amber woody blue in many ways. This is actually some really good stuff. I picked this one out blindly with a collaboration with So Avant-Garde. And man, this is my kind of style right here because I don't mind synthetics. I like a good synthetic fragrance. This is a great synthetic fragrance, honestly. There's some that are just too much for people. I get that. They induce headaches and things like that. Some people are just too sensitive to the synthetics. I totally understand. People have that issue with Ambroxan, But for me, I enjoy stuff like that. Even though it's an extremely unnatural smelling fragrance, there's some charm to it. There's something interesting to this fragrance about wearing it in a daily wear setting, casually. It's nothing serious. I wouldn't recommend this for dates. I wouldn't really recommend doing this other than anything on just a casual day out. I don't even think it's the best work fragrance in the world, but would totally work because it's actually pretty versatile. During the day, JusBox, Cheeky Smile. Moving into Thursday, man, is this good. I look at it very much as in the vein of Sauvage, but very tropical and fruity. This is an absolute banger of a fragrance. This is Gisada Ambassador. I love the way this fragrance smells. Mango, fruit, citruses, heavy, metallic like lavender, a little bit of spices. This is so good. Great performance too. And I don't get a lot of nose fatigue from this one. My nose doesn't wear out to it quickly. God, this smells so good. This is such a great fragrance from them. You'll see some hate for this one on the internet, in the forums, and it's just like, man, y'all some haters. Just say you don't like the fragrance because this is not a bad fragrance. This is actually really, really good. At least I think so. It's just my opinion, of course. I would encourage trying it. It doesn't stay in stock at discounters that easily. I'll link it down below from where I got it from Fragrance, but I would encourage clicking notify me, putting your email address in so when they do restock it, because as soon as they restock them, this and the Intense most of the time, they sell out pretty quick. So if you're interested in getting it, because this 50 ml, I want to say I paid like $55, $60, $65. It was nothing crazy. You don't need a lot of sprays. I do like 4 sprays when I wear this one. I smell myself all day long. It lasts all day long. It smells great. The wife's a big fan of this one. I don't know what else to say. It's just a phenomenal fragrance during the day. Gisada Ambassador. Moving into Friday. So I just dropped a full review on this one. It's very much a musky aventus of the Dumont Nitro fragrances I've tried. It's actually my least favorite. It's still a good fragrance. It's just not as good as the other ones, to me anyways. It is Dumont's Nitro Black. So it's a great performer, a lot of black currant. It's smoky. It's not loaded with pineapple and things like that. I don't get a lot of the florals. Like, they very much went closer to Aventus with this one versus Platinum and Intense. Platinum and Intense, I would take both of those over this one. Platinum, very fruity and extremely spicy twist. And then Intense is very much like a smoky leather, loaded with black currant, more than this one even has, but this rich leather accord and a lot of like birch tar. Super smoky. This is still good stuff though. it's just this line is full of great fragrances. They really, very impressive to me. The only one I don't have until these extracts come around is Nitro White. I need to pick that up. It seems to be a challenge to find in stock. It seems to be extremely popular. I will get it at some point. I will review that one at some point, but check out my full review on this one if you want to hear any more thoughts during the day. Dumont Nitro Black. Finally, on Saturday, I had a very long day. I didn't spray my scent of the day till after 4 o'clock, honestly. I was just in the mood for this one. I had opened it and did a first impressions on live stream. Same live stream where I opened Cheeky Smile and captivated. I love leather accords and fragrances. I love leather fragrances, and when it's one I haven't smelled before, it doesn't remind me of other things, I'm going to be taken back by it. And that was the case with Plume Impressions Elegance Cuiree. This, loads of juniper, very aromatic, spicy but not crazy spicy, not real warm. It's dense but airy and vibrant at the same time. Like I said, the juniper really kind of livens this thing up. A little bit of a gin aromatic type of smell. Not too heavy on the gin and tonic smell, but it's definitely there. Man, it's really good. It offers a little bit of this like fruitiness that's not super sweet. Juicy fruit, gin aromatic. It's probably the best way I can describe the way the gin comes across with whatever citrus is in there. Really, really good stuff. Like there's a fresh, invigorating aspect to the top, and then there's a deep richness with this kind of dry, slightly rough and tumble, almost knocked that over, animalic accord to the way this leather comes across. This is such a good fragrance. Such a good fragrance. This and Royal Bourbon. They're just like Cuban cigar tobacco fragrance. My God, is that incredible? I would strongly encourage checking out some stuff from Plume Impression. The 2 out of the 3 fragrances I have tried. The other one that I don't really care for was just super feminine. I picked out the wrong fragrance is what it comes down to, but this, extremely impressive. Royal Bourbon, extremely impressive. I would encourage sampling some stuff from Plume Impression. If you want a great leather fragrance, check out Plume Impression Elegance Cuiree. That was during the day. And then I got the shower last night. Old Faithful, when it comes to shaving, this has been Old Faithful lately. This is Dior Sauvage. So anybody that watches the weekly rotations, you see this one pop up pretty often. You see that juice level dropping. And this is my go-to. It has been for a solid year, close to a year now for sure. I just love wearing this. The instant vigor that is provided when I slap this on. Because I mean, it's my head, it's, you know, all around the neck, and if my hands are still damp, I'm rubbing my chest, collarbone area. So it's just instant nose fatigue almost immediately. But for the moments that I can smell it, it makes my skin feel great. That's the best part. But for the a few moments I can smell it, it's incredible. The wife loves every time I use this one after I shave. I will rebuy this. I will finish this. Maybe not this year, but sometime next year, I'll end up having this bottle emptied. And I'm going to definitely rebuy this. This is my favorite aftershave of all time. I actually like using Dior Sauvage's aftershave splash more than every spray version of Dior Sauvage. Because I know not everybody's a fan of Sauvage. I get it. It's played out for a lot of people. I look at things that smell good as things that smell good, and I don't worry too much about what other people are going to be wearing and or complaining about in the internet communities and so on. But man, if you've never given this a shot as an aftershave, because guys, we shave our necks and faces. Not everybody shaves their head like I do, but a lot of you do. This is a great aftershave splash. Out the shower, Dior Sauvage. Well, that was this week's rotation. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback and I love hearing from you guys. What'd you guys wear this week? Definitely comment down below your rotations. I'm always curious to read what you guys have been wearing. And yeah, it's been a good week. It'll be another good week. I love wearing different variety of fragrances, from cheap stuff to expensive stuff to high quality to some ridiculously synthetic. I mean, it's like stuff that smells good. It's that simple. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on any of the stuff I wore this past week and give them a spray now, you might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.